What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be discussing Neymar. Is he the real deal, or is he just past it? So we have managed to pack him, and to be honest, he has been a good addition to the team. He hasn't really played too much, as realistically the hardest thing with Neymar at the moment is actually linking him to anybody. I don't really have too many Brazilians in my team, and I most definitely don't have too many Saudi players in my team at this moment in time. I feel like Neymar's big chance to shine is not ready just yet. That's to be said that there isn't really necessarily a big upgrade on players yet. As we are imagining, we have got the leaked CR7 coming in Trailblazers, plus Al Warren and Al Jabba to link him right now, and the chance to have evolved Malcolm, a beautiful right wing that we definitely didn't do on this channel, because unfortunately we didn't have Neymar at this point. So Neymar most definitely is still coming in at a very good price, even though he has taken a move away, still managing to hold a relatively high rated in terms of kind of Neymar's ability. 89 most definitely is not necessarily awful, and he's still coming in at a whopping, oh, I thought he was less than this. He's coming in at a whopping 310 by the looks of it already, 309. So we're still just over 300,000 coins for him, which is very nice for a player that most definitely is not in a major league at the moment, but is still in a major nation. So in terms of players that Neymar can link with, there is a good amount of players that you can go with. We're going to discuss them in a second. He is still a 5-star, which definitely puts Neymar in a higher bracket than most, and I think his main competitor this year is going to be none other than Vinny. Vinny is most definitely a big upgraded player this year, who most definitely can be a certain link and also a hindrance, as none of them can play right wing or right mid, which would have made this so much easier to do. But in terms of Vinny, he's a 5-star, 4-star, and as you can imagine, more pace, less shooting. Neymar's got a bit more passing and dribbling, and less physical. But when it comes to Neymar, I feel like, in general, he's always been a body type that just cannot be replicated. Him and Ronaldinho together are two of the best dribblers in the game. And I think Vinny is definitely cracking it this year. And it'll be interesting to see who A, gets upgraded first, and B, who gets the final upgrade. I can imagine both of them at the end of FC24 will have a 99 rated card. And at the minute, we've got a Playstyle Plus of Trickster with Neymar, which means in-game, his left stick dribbling is absolutely nuts. Obviously, with his Trickster, grants the ability to perform more unique ground and flick skill moves, which is RB, and the right analog stick is significantly more agile when strafe dribbling as well, which I believe is LB in. LT in, honestly, or L2 with the PlayStation. We've got First Touch, Flare, Travella, Quick Step, Technical, and Incisive Pass all on the normal play styles. And I just think in terms of Neymar, it's Neymar. I don't know. It's hard to say, because if you've been playing FIFA for quite a while, or FC, FIFA, whatever you want to call it now, if you've been playing it for a while, Ronaldo, Messi, and also Neymar have almost made a U-turn in their, I say a U-turn in their careers, they're just coming to the end of it, and it is very weird to seeing Ronaldo at 20,000 coins 2 weeks into the game. Messi's still keeping a good value, Neymar just about, but you can definitely tell the end is near for these. I'm hoping we do get flashbacks this year, as I must admit, the Ronaldo, Messi, Benzema, Neymar trio, or quadruple, have always been some of my favourite cards, to be honest, until we do get to Team of the Season. But the question is, where can you link him right now? Other than Brazilians, which I think we've got in abundance, we'll kind of put them on the bench. We have got the plenty of icons, but they're not really what we're looking for at this moment in time, because they're just so expensive. Like, you know, the amount of icons we can go with is endless, but they are just that little bit too much of a price. But in terms of where we could take this team, Edison is always a great shout to start with. I think that one is most definitely a #1 option in my opinion. We have Cunha as a level 40 reward. I feel like he's probably the best one. You've got, I think, Taurum, him, and then an 86 trio pack, I think. And I must admit, I was kind of skeptical at level 40, looking from level 1 and thinking, okay, we're going to be way past him. Actually, he's relatively a decent player, to be honest. We're nearly there. I think we can get it with just a few matches played now. Alisson is obviously another option that you can go with in terms of net, but I do think either or is absolutely fine. You have Marquinhos, Rodrigo as well, and also a cheeky João Pedro, Bruno Gomes, and also Militao. There is then Diego Carlos, who's already gone. I'm trying to pick players that we can actually keep as well. You do have the beautiful link in Talisca if you really wanted to. Don't think he's necessarily as viable in my opinion right now, because I do think there is better right wings, and it's the whole point of trying to make one of the better teams with the Saudi links if possible. So I think we kind of stopped there with the players, which I do think is more than enough. If we kind of went with Edison and net, if we went Cunha up front, then if we went, I'd say Rodrigo would be the next shout. We're on to another chem. Then if we went Militao and also Marquinhos, we still need another link. So that is going to be the hard bit. Talisca will obviously still not get it. So this is what I mean. When it comes to the hard part of this, I don't think I've even got a Brazilian manager, to be honest. We can't even check. But that a Brazilian manager would pretty much do it. But that's what I mean. We need all of them players nonetheless to be able to get him on that links just with the Brazil links alone. If we wanted to go with the Saudi links, that is where it kind of gets interesting, as there is still definitely some players that you can go with here. Again, not necessarily top end in my opinion. You've got Big Boy Benz, who most definitely could still put in a shift right now, but I feel like he will definitely hit the non-meta very, very quickly. Same with CR7. With an upgrade, most definitely could do something. El Jabbar, I really wouldn't say he's in that top category. Conte potentially, but again, more into a very meta right now, and then we kind of see where he goes. And then we kind of fall kind of a bit by the waistline, to be honest. If we kind of look and see if there's any other players, Malcolm, like I said, would have been a great one for an Evolutions if you kind of had that hindsight of being able to pack Neymar early. And then St. Max would be good with another upgrade, most definitely. But I don't see anybody else there. So if we kind of took away the Brazilians and put in some of the Saudi players, so if we could take all of these out, and one more, and then we'll take Rodrigo out as well. Say we put Malcolm in, that would already be a great shout because he is a link with him, a double link. You've got the Brazilian and also the Saudi in the same team. We could then look at someone like El Warren could go up front because we know he's most definitely decent, and that is all you technically need. The question there is, Malcolm isn't necessarily an endgame player, or at least a player that you would associate with a big team. Would you see him in Division 1? Would you see him in Elite? That would be the question. But then if we was looking to maybe sprinkle a bit of Conte, I feel like he would actually do relatively well. If we take out Malcolm, try a little bit of Benzema, if then, for instance, we went with an Edison in net, that would necessarily do it. Again, is it the most meta? And this is the hard part with it. So it's why personally with Neymar, I've gone more bench if anything, and he kind of comes off the bench in foot jams, half time bring him on, because naturally he does have the ability. The dribbling, decent amount of pace, you whack a Hunter on him, he's absolutely fine. You end up with, what, 94 pace, probably around about 87 to 88 shooting, already got the dribbling, passing's decent, and he has all the stars to go as well with it. So I think for Neymar, he is more of a bench player at this moment in time, until we do start to see more meta players coming from Saudi, if they ever do, or more Brazilians that would make the team a lot easier. You can still play him on 2 chem. This is just purely to try and get him on that free chem, just to show you what you actually need to do to be able to get a Saudi player on chem. And like I say, with Malcolm, is an easier link just because he is the same team, same nation, but again, I don't really think he's going to last too long in the team, especially if you've already got a Dembele, if you've already got your right wing. For instance, a Rodrigo could play there as well. It's going to be very tough to be able to get that linked up. But in terms of Neymar, I think he is a big dub still. He most definitely is obviously very good at the game. Otherwise, he wouldn't be 300,000 coins still. The question is really, does he fit your team or does he go onto the bench? Personally, he's benched for me. Let me know down below, if you've got him, where does he go?